their game plan is just more well-rounded.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to play that matchup very often, but Smokescreen really screws you over. As a Tidehunter, he needs to have a good game. And one of the ways they can give him a good game is off of sacks. They do have a coddle.
They do.
That is a possibility, right? He can give him the double anchor smash. They can clear through ancient super fast. That is one way that I think they could get ahead.
Okay, well, let's see if they can, or let's see if OG takes the first game. We're going to head over to our commentary duo of Moxie and Fog.
Well, thank you so much, Shiver Fog. This is the match that everyone has been very excitedly waiting for. It's the return of Ana. It's gonna look good here. What do you think we're gonna see, though?
Well, I mean, he's playing Jug in a pretty nice matchup in this game. He's playing in the lane versus the Tidehunter. Sure, maybe the Ursa core matchup might not be the decent amount of pressure because you can force the wave out, force the wave in so hard versus a Riki. I think that they could look to actually pressure these towers really early on. I look at OG and they are pretty lacking at push in general, and you are playing versus the Pugna and Kata, where you can refresh, chakra, further blast, double blast on these towers. You have Tide in the front line. I think that Brame does kick up the pace, and they're able to set a good pace of just taking these buildings and get a good advantage. There's a chance, but there's always the X factor of Magnus that just makes games really stressful about breaking high grounds. But I still definitely they love late game. They love the late game.
That definitely makes sense. They like to keep their fans on the edge of their seat as well, but do have a very high-paced draft coming out from the side of Brame here, as you said. So very interesting to watch. Of course, SSA Spartan, he's on his Keeper of the Light. Keeper of the Light, of course, did get some changes, though, so not going to be quite as good as he was before. I believe there's no longer a recall, correct?
No, there is not. However, your Illuminate can heal, so it can change a little bit, right? Like, it could maybe work decently with the draft with the heal instead of recall. It all depends. Set it up as Dominant. They'll be able to roll in, snag the one, so they will get 3 bounties on this Brame.
That feels pretty good. It's a nice start going out to the side of Brame, but they're going to need to do even more than that. So we're watching with a lot of interest.
Curious to see how the lanes are going to go. I want to see how this 5 Brewmaster does versus the Tide, because he doesn't really need to do like the craziest amount, because Juggernaut in this matchup is just, you can actually set up for a lot of kills. We'll probably see maybe some rotations. We'll watch Saksa, what he does, because he did start with boots on this Willow, so that tells me he's going to be checking runes. He's going to be shifting around his positioning a lot in this game.
I definitely think that's where Saksa really shines, is being able to be very mobile and kind of put that pressure down on the map and make it known. So be interesting to watch for sure. Drop the brambles down.
It would look like they were trying to maybe go for stuff. He rolled in under tower, but didn't get a chance.
Did look like a pretty good opportunity, but nope, everybody's just chilling for now. Someone is gonna roll on over here, make sure he blocks up the camp.
Nicely done. Very nicely done. Watching both sides. Yep. Dire side also. Oh, he blocked the small camp full as well. Yeah, I'm going to be watching mid quite a bit because, Thompson, I feel like some of these games he really forces the Riki. Maybe it's either for a good matchup or just an overall good thing in the game. Because this game, I see a lot of reasons for Smokescreen. This lane matchup does not sound fun, though.
No, this definitely is very difficult for him. He's going to constantly be getting blasted. He's going to be decrepified. But of course, like you said, OG, they play for the late game. They've got something up their sleeves or in their pockets in some cases, right? With this little Riki, but Wish does have to be careful here.
He's playing nicely, dodging a couple of the blasts here with either like a blink strike to blink past it or just a trade. He's just trying to maximize and not take too much damage on this Riki.
Focus taking a lot of damage. He's hit 2 of these brambles, but is going to be just fine here. Does need to be a bit careful, especially with that shockwave pulling right back in.
That's a fun combo. Skewer through those brambles. That's a lot of pressure. Cause a lot of problems as the courier. Thoughts will get it.
Now your fish food.
Well, there goes the boots, unfortunately.
Playing Ursa versus these little brutes are also quite annoying. You're gonna land until you can't do anything. You click your after shock when you're in the root and you just stand still. You do a little jump in motion, jump in place.
Yeah, I can't do a whole heck of a lot.
These lanes, they're doing pretty good in the last department.
Oh, no, looks like Spartan's going to be fine here. They wound up here with the Shadow Realm, hoping maybe they could get that angle, but not going to find it this time around. So still no first blood, but plenty of chances to try to get it.
Yeah, Seb a little off the mark there. Spartan had 10 wand charges, or 10 stick charges too, so he had to pull him back if they did want to get that kill. Yeah, the last hits though, I'm checking them out. Look, even Tidehunter's even doing really well. They're forcing a lot of spins up from Ana up top too, so lanes at the moment looking hot for him.
And that's exactly how they need to be playing this here and making that space, trying to take towers early. and allow this Ursa to really come online.
Yeah, something I've seen from a lot of these mid laners when they have more spam ability than your opponent. It's happening. Bottom does get taken out finally.
I feel like that's got to be like tradition though for Brame at this point, right? You know, SSA Spartan usually the first one to go down here. And it's just a position 5.
Yeah, I wish, sometimes I'm seeing these mid laners lately when they can super push the mid in, they actually run in and take the opposing 3-minute bounty run if you're the bottle. I think Wish can actually go for stuff like that in this game because he's playing versus Ricky. Ricky's not going to go for the same bottle as him, and he can't have that good rune control with pushing lane in.
There's so many runes that are available now as well. It's actually wild. We're talking about in the back room about how, you know, that 5 minutes comes up and the night comes through and you're like, oh, I feel like I should be doing something right, but there's nothing there. I start
definitely feels a little awkward. It does feel like there should be some big thing, but it's not there anymore. You see the water rune will get claimed. So we'll get the bottom one. Wish fills up his bottle on that.
And a little bit more pressure here over in this mid lane. It's just tossing out a couple hits to the tower. But not too far behind here over here on Thompson, really. Top spin, Dominant, yeah, down he goes to the spin of the humblegod.
But it still continues to be the same thing. Like on a CS, 13 to the 26 of the Tidehunter. Skylark, he's gotten the start that he wanted to. He's already almost got the hood finished up too, so he's feeling very confidently just standing up here. Because of that support, right? It's the fact that he has the Brewmaster with the jug that makes it just, you can't threaten the Tidehunter at all with the jugs. Well, normally if you had any other range support, constant harassment into a spin will probably net a kill a lot of them. So those are his best up there.
I'm sure they calculated this a bit, knowing the matchups. I'm sure they'll make it.
They chose to make it the 5 as well, right?
They did. Ooh, that shockwave dragging back focus. Do they have enough though? The shadow route, the boop comes out, and down goes the bear. And in the mid lane, the roll in coming out over here on Thompson. He's immediately going to try to go and just circle away. And then throwing out a couple more hits, but is indeed out of regen right now. So that's going to be a bit rough. Top lane, Skylark is going to be able to just teleport on out. There's no way to cancel that TP right now. He's feeling absolutely fine.
TPs to the tower as well, so he can stay up there and continue to get that experience.
Oh,
again, mid.
The roll down goes Thompson with a big hit from Wish.
Very nice. I like seeing him making moves around the catapult. Unfortunately, their catapult did die, so they can't actually turn this into a bit of a push, but continuing to apply pressure and some good moves from Stillman so far. These 3 lanes continue to get this good farm, even though OG, they have found themselves 3 kills. We are seeing just the overall power of these heroes. The positioning of what they're up against. Looking good.
I also like the fact that...
Control.
Oh yes, that's very, very important, especially when you have a Pugna here. But I like the fact that Brame is really just playing their style of Dota still, you know? They said that the one team that they're a little bit worried about was, of course, OG, but that hasn't deterred them from just playing super aggressive.
Yeah, I like that they even like just put it out there, the way that they opened up their draft, right? The Earth Spirit straight to the Pugna, that just means that's a kind of a statement. You're going for a certain strategy right away inside the game.
Dominant making his way over to the top here. No-tail humblegod. Spins coming out again. You talked about him just being so tanky. Able to do a whole heck of a lot. Dominant looking for the roll. He's going to be able to connect it over onto No-tail. Skylark making his way over. Would love to get the final hit. And down goes No-tail. As Wish again just pushed back here in this middle lane.
Very nicely done. 2K lead. Saxa, he's starting to get those stack start. I almost said stacks?
Staxa? I like it.
Saxa is getting the stacks, you know, because he's got that Magnus. They've got this Empower that's going to be kicking in for their double cores. Those will be ready as mid.
Yeah, that was a little close there, but they do have the ward on the side. They were aware that, of course, SSA Spartan was sitting off on the side, and you saw Thompson had already kind of bent for the dodge and had No-tail, of course, right behind him, so he had a blink. Available.
They're being annoying. Look, even Spartan comes mid. He just continues to blast to refresh the chakra, the blast from the Pugna 2, and just cancel the salve from Thompson. They want this early tower. They want to get into enemy jungle because they know, you know, we're playing versus Magnus. There's going to be some stacks. They want to start getting this invasion going, start getting their advantage even more
Radiant's
so.
bottom tower is
Bottom lane looks like the Willow was considering just teleporting out. Found themselves a little treat there.
Mid.
But over in the mid lane, the kick back over on the side, they take No-tail now. Dominant, he's got to try to run away here from top, but he's not going to be able to do it. The life drain comes out, but there's a blink target off to the side. Spartan It's gonna help allow Thompson to run away.
Dire's middle tower is under
And
attack.
that blink does give away the fact that there's a ward, but he actually checks the wrong spot. It's just out of range of that opposite. Spartan knows it's there, though. He's probably going to buy another sentry.
Dire's bottom tower
In between
is under
both
attack.
sentries, right? It's quite nice for the side of OG.
I do love this strat though. Yeah, just constantly just giving the chakra magic over to Wish, ripping down the tower, and like you said, they pull out that sentry and immediately deward.
It's when you see that jump from the Ricky, you know, like, how the hell is he seeing me in the tree line? So, nicely done. Good awareness. And they will force even the Jug. Even Ana has to go TP back to base because of Skylark's pressure.
And look at these tasty stacks that they can pick up
Taking the
now.
stacks.
That feels so bad right now. Soxa worked hard to go and put up these stacks. Gotta protect them, guys.
I mean, perfect stuff so far from Brame, honestly. Sure, they've given up a couple kills here and there, but overall, the way that their game plan, it's looking really solid right now. Invading, knowing that the stacks are there, putting the pressure onto mid tower. Now we'll probably see Wish go toward top, apply pressure there soon.
And
Let's
he's
see, maybe trying to get a kill first.
got the 8th lens completed, the roll on over here towards the Ricky, but not gonna be able to quite follow up now. Stoneman has to retreat. Thinking about going back in though, you can see the pings. Skylark just
They're really
doing
just trying to take advantage
Tidehunter
of
thing.
how weak OG is at the moment. OG cannot fight
Dire's
back.
middle
They have to pretty
tower
much
is
like bring like
under
the Magnus and the Willow, it feels like, to fight versus the Ursa and the Pugna. Like, these two can actually apply so much pressure onto the map, and now we're seeing OG make the move.
Dire's
The Magnus
top
is starting to
tower
make
is
the way
under
over.
attack.
They're getting a little sick of Wish's shenanigans.
The little green gobbo there. I guess he's a skeleton, right? Not
Yeah.
quite a goblin.
It's okay, kind of looks like a goblin, though.
Right, doesn't he? Reminds me of Jenkins. But top of lane, they throw down the brambles. Soxa immediately goes into the Shadow Realm, throws out the Cursed Crown. We'll be able to stop Skylark in his tracks, but they feel a little bit close for that little fairy.
I mean, I'm just looking at the way the map is positioned at the moment. This is so excellent for Brame. Like, Spartan's able to chill bottom and farm. Ursa's farming in the jungle, fine. Tidehunter's pressuring top, gathering creeps, and also pressuring the tower. While OG, they're on the full defensive. Everyone's kind of sticking around each other. They're not able to really make their own aggressive moves. They're having to be responsive. This is a good start here, and Brame needs to keep this up. As you know, we know that looming late game will eventually hit when those empowers do get in, but this is some really good stuff. Focus is getting pretty close to his battlefield already.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Smoke coming out from the side of OG.
Dire's
Gonna
top
see if they can
tower
make
is under
something
attack.
happen with these trio.
Yeah, Brew is 6, Soxa just short of the 6. He really wants it versus Pugna. It adds a big element to just
Radiant's
kill the
bottom
Pugna
tower is
during the
under
grab.
attack.
This is going on. Skylark is, of course, taking that top tower. The roll in from Stomina. The teleports are coming out. That's a big silence coming through here. Followed up. Oh, but they have the Ravage. Even though they have that Terrorizer going to follow up. Down goes Wish. These Brambles holding them into place. Trying to use that Bedlam in as well. But Skylark is very tanky. Cursed Crown will proc, though. Stomina now running himself out. Thompson clicking away over here at Skylark. No tail. Going for a little bit of a dive here. Does not have that split already, though. It already went down during the earlier portion of the fight, so they do manage to collect on the Brewmaster.
Okay, but chaos caused. Yes, OG coming back in the game quite
Radiant's
significantly.
bottom
They
tower
bring
has
Ana
fallen.
down bottom too, gets a kill with the Omni Slash onto the Coddle. So all in all, really good move from Moon. Great smoke, use of both ultis. The Willow just hitting 6 for that Terrorize there too, perfect. So Ravage kind of wasted there for Brame. And OG benefits quite heavily.
Definitely a move that was necessary. Again, we've yet to see Seb come on in here with the RP just yet, so they still have that threat, but they're going to respond with their own smoke gank here. There is a double damage over in bottom rune spot. I'm sure they're expecting someone to show up. In fact, Thompson will oblige the roll in the life drain, and down goes Thompson. Oh, and then SSA Spartan doing classic SSA Spartan things where he runs up the side by himself right into the enemy core. I'm not sure you want to fight this, Brame. Someone considering it.
Yeah, they really want to try to contest this triangle because they know how weak OG is. Like, Brewmaster ult's down, Omni Slash is down, Willow ult's down. Like, they want to try to invade this triangle, get rid of these stacks.
Ooh, they're going for the roll.
Pressure.
Seb runs away. Everyone's just grouped up within this. Oh, the stacks!
They're doing it. They're starting to.
They have to contest this here. See Seb getting into position. Nice blinding light. Dominant rolling on out. Skylark is still here. Wish over the back lines. Getting the life drain off. Over to Dark Bullet. Needs to be careful though, because they drag right back in. Triplicate doing a lot. RP comes through as well. Wish goes down. And now it looks looks like they'll be able to claim themselves a pelt of a bear as the rest of Brame on the run. Ooh, Thompson, he was hoping he could grab Stoneman in here. Not going to be able to quite find it, but he'll find Spartan instead and chase after him, get himself a double kill. Stoneman running now from Ana. Oh, the block comes out. Down goes the Earth Spirit. And now it is just the tanky Skylark who is left. And it's not looking like he's going to survive this, although they look like they'll back off a little bit here, but I don't know. Teleport's coming out, the buyback from Stoneman, and they want this kill on no-till. They need to get something from this, so they will be able to collect that kill on the position 5, but look at this. Look at Thompson. Look at Ana. Sox, they're coming right back in again. They get the Omni slashed off, and down goes Stoneman. And Skylark now chasing after them is silenced up, but again, he's a big tanky boy. Love to put some more damage. They throw out that blast, and they just don't have anything to cancel out this teleport from Ana, so he is out. No problem here. Sox is going to be able to flip those little wings away, but hey, take a look. They still have the stock.
Skylark, he's like, I don't care. We all died. I'm still taking it.
Thompson needs to be very careful here. They're gonna try to go back in. Thompson looking at Wish with the goo-goo eyes. He'd love to get a kill here. Spartan, though, needs a little bit of assistance. They do manage to use the Decrepify, but they're coming back around. I hear a Ravage going on the other side. Oh, no-tail goes down while we're just watching as they chase after Thompson. He wants this kill so bad, Fox. And it doesn't look like he's gonna be able to get it. Look at Spartan. He wants that. Soxon, though, is gonna go down here to the big old bear. Ana slicing away over here, over at Focus. Spinning, trying to do anything he can, but there it is. There's a little battery coming out from Wish as he keeps them alive. And now Ana, he's left pretty much alone. There's Seth nearby, but there's not much that he can do. Thompson jumping right back in again. Does have that shroud as he chases after Wish, but he cannot get this kill. And Skylark again just swinging around in the middle of all of them, throwing out the taunt. Says, come and get me, OG, if you dare.
And RP's back up in 10 seconds, and I'm pretty sure we had RP start the entirety of that last 2-minute fight that kind of just went on. And man, you know, this is what we want to see though from these teams. You know, Brame is bringing the battle back. You know OG's going to bring the battle back to you, so I love that they're just attempting to go for that high ground there. They take away most of the Ancients, still 2 of the big ones, but some good stuff. Even though they all got wiped, they're still persisting to make their way back up. Now, Ana got a lot of space from this, and so did Thompson, to be honest. They got a lot of the big kills. Thompson actually had the defeat. It felt like he was a lot more behind in this game, but now he's going to be able to do some damage. The Coddle is just straight food. Every time more Spartan shows his face, he's just going to pretty much instantly die to Thompson.
I'm pretty sure Spartan is very used to that, though, to be quite honest.
That's true.
He is definitely the long-suffering support on the side of Brame. But yeah, you know, I like the fact that, you know, these skirmishes keep breaking out. I don't even know if you can call them skirmishes at this point, right? Because they last for so long. All my years of casting SA Dota have prepared me for games like this.
These are just wars, you know. Anytime OG's playing is a war.
We love to see it. Always
They're
an
always going to bring the
entertaining
battle
time.
back to you, even if they can't, right? Like the famous thing, you know, they're like monkeys, right? That's what Kuroki said. They're just going to run at you aimlessly. It doesn't matter. They're just going to run into you and just keep bringing the battle. And that's why they, you know, that whole famous saying happened where it's like, we must just pick heroes that are good versus like running you, like Gyro and stuff. So it's always good to just have the constant battle, and Brame, their draft is definitely very battle ready always. And now they're getting this great farm. You know, Focus, he did get that good time Battle Fury, so still looking pretty solid for them.
I almost managed to get the roll off in time, but nope, Sox is out. Top tower is, of course, getting plinked away here by Seb. Gonna have those Greaves online soon, and the Blinks queued up.
I like that. I like that he's going for the Greaves this game rather than going for the Blink. I think it's really nice versus the Pugna, versus the Silences as well, and just more healing. They have Healing Ward, they have Greaves. It could trip up Brame's draft quite a bit if they don't find those targets on the initial go. Thompson.
Didn't see that.
Skylark just enjoying the view over here on the side. Does have the Ravage back up and running, but you see some movement coming out now from the side of Brame as they're headed over towards this top side of the dire jungle. They throw down a ward, hoping to get some vision.
They're going to try forcing the Rosh, okay. They have the Vlads on Skylark, they have the Gush when they break the Lincolns, and they have the Ursa, so...
Be very careful. Their Smoke of Deceit, of course, up and running. Could see a very big RP, but look at this line that they have to cross. In fact, they get the jump first. So they'll silence up Seb, they'll knock him back. Not gonna be able to get in that pit as easily. Again, they still have the Ravage here. There'll be the split being committed now by No-Tail. They'll go and use the Curse Crown as well. Yules is gonna get used on the back line here, or rather the Panda throwing up the Tornado, but everything is just so split. Look at this. You've got Pandas running after SSA Spartan. You've got a whole fight on the back lines. Focus just can't figure out where he wants to go. He sees Seb over there. No-Tail. All right, the split is over. This could work in their favor, but Thompson on the back line, hoping maybe that he can get a quick pick off, make this a little bit easier for them. There's no force step yet over onto Spartan, so he is gonna go down, but they'll be able to return and get themselves a kill now as No-Tail next to Paul. They don't have vision over here onto Thompson, but they get the roll forward over here onto Seb. Seb, he needs help to kick back. He's just surrounded by too many of these heroes. He's not looking like he's gonna survive this. Down he goes. Wish gets himself a double kill.
Now your fish
They did buy back on Spartan for this, but now, okay, they're gonna buy back now on Seb. They don't want to allow them to get this Roche. Ana needs to be a little bit careful here. We'll throw out the spit. Double damage over onto Thompson, though. He can absolutely blow up one of these supports, or maybe even a bear here. Smokescreen does get dropped.
Skylark's too beefy. He's too much of a wall for them to get through. He's just parking himself in this river outside Roche, and they're having to give a lot of respect to it. Now, no Bruce split available, since they had to use it that last time to try to get these kills, and they're still eager. You know, that DD on Thompson, he still wants to try to find something. Yep, again, get Skylark.
Rolling on into the pit. They'll get the jump to silence. This is looking like a decent amount of damage on Skylark, but it's not enough to take him down. Again, Brambles get thrown down. Snowman should be able to roll on out. Another Illuminate getting tossed, and they have a nice position over here. Uh-oh. Skylark, you need to be careful, though without the DD, maybe not as easy to take down. They'll use that defusal, though. Silence up. Oh, the Decrepify comes out. We'll be able to protect him fairly easily here, but okay, he goes up against the Rabbit. They immediately take out No-Tail. He is not going to be a part of this fight at all. Skylark's still alive and Ana over here. He's going to need some assistance. Thompson, though, managing to find the opening over to Stone, but the Ravage is already out. Nice RP coming out from Seb as they go, and they just slice through the side of Brame here. Down goes Stone, and Skylark, though, he fought back. He doesn't want to let them take advantage of this fight as they chase after Ana. Wish is looking, trying to find this opening, and he is just so damn tanky. Spartan throwing up the Illuminate, knows that they're all going to be around here. Does need to be careful, though. Thompson aware that he's in this vicinity. And look at this big old Tidehunter. They have nothing to cancel out this teleport coming out from that Dark Willow, but that's like all their big R buttons at this point, Bogd.
Is under attack.
Yeah, Seb finally landing the clutch RP there at the end for them to solidify the fight. And it's still, you know, Roche is still up, still quite healthy, and I think Brame might now back away, might give a little bit more respect. But there is no Magnus RP, and there is no Omni Slash, so we'll see what they do make of that, since they don't have their Ravage on their side too.
That RP looked
crazy fights.
so much better than I thought it was. And we do have a sleeping dart now over on Thompson.
He did get it, okay.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good item in particular versus Ursa. You can just, like when he pops in range, you just sleep him and ignore him and go back. They also can then ignore the Tidehunter in a lot of situations. So there's some hidden potential.
All right, look at this. There's the Ravage off. They get No-Tail immediately. And you can see Seb waiting patiently, looking for the opening. They're all grouped up. Thompson gets the kill onto the Tide. Skewer forward over onto 2.
Just misses Wish. He gets the two big
I
ones.
thought Focus
Yeah,
was
Focus.
dead there for sure, but
I have no idea how he gets out, yeah.
you're too low to hit a courier. Feels bad.
Thompson?
He's very low. I think he's fine, though. He can teleport out. Yeah, he's out of there. Get a smoke, though. Oh, if he was a little bit slower, actually, on that teleport, he would have broken that smoke.
Yeah.
Bit of bad luck there for Thompson. Or good luck for Brame, depending on how you want to look at it.
Big fan of actually how Wish is built, decided to build his Pugna this game. Not for his own Ghost Scepter, so he can always use Decrepify on his teammates, and also then he can protect himself overall versus the Dispels, because there's a Brewmaster. So there's a lot of different ways covering and protecting himself, and then this Blink. Like if they do get the jump onto a Tidehunter, let's say with Omni, you can get those Decreps off as initiation.
All right, yeah, the split gets used here, but Soxa taking a lot of damage. They'll turn right back around, though. They get to kill on Snowman, and he's going to buy back. Again, Skylark, he's a big tanky boy, so they're just trying to ignore him, and they're just ripping apart these pandas here. They want to get rid of No-Tail, if possible, and they're just leaving Skylark kind of high and dry over on the back end. Looks like he's going to be able to survive. Gets the Ravage off, as they'll follow Thompson. He was hunting, he wanted Wish, but he's not going to be able to get it, because it looks like Focus will be able to collect himself a kill here. Brambles will hold him into place with Storm, and oh, he's hungry. He wants that kill on No-Tail. Focus just running around, a big old angry bear here. Throws out the invade, chases after Soxa. Wish is going to be the one who gets the kill. Decrepify over the side, the roll from Storm, and the kick back over the life drain. This is a dead end if I've ever seen one. And now Seb, he looks like he's going to be the next one to fall, despite the fact he's using his bullwhip, trying to get out. That is a double kill now for Focus. And that's going to be the Roche.
Great fights coming out from Brame. I mean, Stomanen is doing so much work on this Ursa. He's pretty much the entire catch for the team, it feels like, and he's getting the right ones every time. It's really good stuff coming in. Also, just Wish, quick little deep preps, quick ways to reset the fight. Yeah, really solid ways of fighting here from Brame. And OG, not able to battle back. You know, Sab having to use that buyback in the last team fight overall, it's really stagnated his growth. He doesn't have the Greaves finish. Now he got the blink after the fight finished, so positioning is just really difficult for OG to take any of these fights and just get a good start. Brame can just walk in, let the Tidehunter give all the information in the world, and then his team picks apart the targets.
I mean, it helps when you're a big beefy lad that no one can kill.
Yeah.
Just makes things very difficult. Now he's got a blink dagger. I don't even think he needs it, honestly. I think that he can still just waltz on in with his face. But now he can...
It's just really clever the way that they're actually doing it, because in a lot of games as a Tidehunter, when you're playing versus Jug, you have this fear that you get Omni'd, you die in the Omni, and you can't Ravage, right? Because the Omni's going on. But the fact that they have this Pugna, with the way that Wish is playing and the way that he built, he always has the cover. He will always be able to blink, protect his Tidehunter. So this is just a good display of them understanding the way that they wanted to play the game, and they're delivering right now. 4K advantage, OG looking pretty hurt at the
This is not looking good here for Sox as he gets found by Focus and Stomanen. He's not going to be able to teleport out. And down goes the Dark Willow.
Unstoppable Ursa.
Radiant's
Almost
top
has
tower
Asher
is
finished
under
up now
attack.
too.
Radiant's top tower.
He's a big old bear, that's for sure. Top lane, they see Tops and they want this kill. They'll knock him back. They throw out the gush. And down he goes.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Stomanen just feels like he's everywhere. I swear, I was just like, he just was bottom, and then he just hop again for the next kill. He's doing a great job on this. There's a reason they first made.
He made a big splash, I would say, last season here in the European DPC. I think he gained a lot of fans, honestly. He is a very aggressive player. I mean, that's, you know, we joke that we see teams with SSA Spartan. He's usually the most aggressive, but he's just very good at his positioning, and he made such incredible plays last season. So this does not surprise me, honestly. His Earth Spirit is excellent.
He was absolutely the standout. From him and Wish were the two that were just really surprising with some of their moves. Is on a bottom. They do get the bash connection.
Teleports are coming out as well here. You've got 7 nearby. They're coming out from Stomanen, followed with a beautiful blink Ravage. They do manage to get the split off, and Seth pushing all the way back over here, uses the RP. It doesn't seem to do a whole heck of a lot, as Illuminate is going to get tossed out. And Skylark will go down. He already got the Ravage off. Focus will go down. Stomanen they're a little far. They're a little bit too deep here, as down goes Stomanen, and now Focus is just trying to focus on someone. They're going to hit off over here on the Dark Willow, but the skewer right back again. He'll punish them for diving just a little bit too far here. And Spartan says, oh dear God, please, I don't want Topson to find me. Topson, though, his spidey sense is tingling. He's looking for him. He's doing a little bit of peekaboo here in the trees, but he's not going to be able to find him. Not this time.
Radiant are
And just like that, the game state returns to being pretty comfortable and pretty okay for OG, just in one quick fashion. The RP bringing them completely out of range, and I mean, we keep watching Spartan.
Yeah, Spartan. He's trying so hard, but look at this Topson. The blinks right forward. Decrepify does come out from Wish. They're going to try to teleport him out, but not going to be able to do it. Now, Wish needs to be careful that he doesn't just chain feed here. So they do use the bullwhip on him. Slows him down a tiny bit, but that Pugna, he is a very fast fella.
I mean, they got a little too overeager, it feels like. They go past the tier 1, get skewered into tier 2, RP'd, and then it's dream play for OG to fight, really.
You can't make mistakes like this against OG. They are 100% going to punish you, so.
You can't make mistakes like that. You have to be cautious. You know, you're playing into a Manta Jug. Like, even the small things, right? Like, Ana, I believe he, like, Manta dodged the rolling boulder, which allowed him to get out of range of the Ravage, which then caused this whole spiral of events that allowed OG to just dominate that fight. And like I said, just in a comfortable spot. Now, the Jug, he's top net with the Scotty and a Topson.
It is indeed, but this is not looking super great here for Topson. The rolling coming out from Stomanen. The life drain. Down goes Topson. So doing a bit of his own dive here.
Just standard Topson making space in a very, very bizarre place, but
In a very Topson way.
Yep. We love him for it.
We do indeed. So yeah, it's been a very tight game. Were you expecting it to be this tight?
I mean, Brame just had a huge window where they could really take over the game. This last moment just completely switched everything. Like, Ana is just totally back, and he actually has good ways to deal with like BKBs and sticking on targets. It's completely shifted. I didn't expect to see this from Brame, but I also was very reluctant to just jump on the OG train. It's been some time since they played with him. They had some rough situations to it. Now RP,
Skylar, he almost manages to get out, but down he goes. Spartan now running for his life. He's gonna have to leave Stoneman behind here. As No-Till will turn back around, or rather Focus is jumped in over here. Stoneman rolling forward. There's a couple of these nice hits off. Those grooves coming in handy. Focus still trying to run away. The Brambles holding them into place. No-Till. Oh, but look at this wish. He's got to be the little battery who keeps him alive. As Stoneman does indeed get left behind, he is going to be the sacrifice. But they do manage to get Focus out.
See, they're just throwing RPs, they're throwing Omnis on the Tide now. They're seeing how important he is, and this time Wish was not in range to get the trap. Nowhere near, actually. OG now starting to get their own footing, starting to get some actual map control too, rather than playing on defensive. No-Till buys a gem. So these sentries, these wards.
This is a dead Spartan.
Difficult for Brame and Spartan.
Is pieces. But
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Down goes this middle tower, though. You don't have stamina enough. You don't have your Tidehunter, so you just let this one go.
And I mean, Ana's build is all kicking together. He's 5-1-8 this game. The Scotty really good versus these little heals that are coming out from their team, and now just Butterfly. Straight up counter versus the Ursa, as he's gonna have to go all the way into an MKB to be able to hit him. No, he has Basher. Let's go for a completely different item, just finishing it up to Abyssal.
Yeah, he just went and he switched around his build too. The second he said that, because he has to, absolutely has to.
It's Butterfly and the Elven.
Yeah.
It's like you're not going to do anything, and you are about counteracting the Jug at this point. Ursa has to start being that one to deal with him. He's really getting out of control.
Radiant are scanning.
And now this downtime, OG, they're a team that really does rely a bit on ultimates with the way that they've set themselves up in the draft. But look at this downtime. The ults are all just ticking, and Brame is just locked on their side of the map, unable to really do much of anything. So next fight that Brame looks to take, OG's gonna have everything available again.
Are they starting to lose their window now? Is my question.
It's really starting to feel like it. This Pugna, he's starting to feel not as strong at all. The Tidehunter is killable, and we're seeing this control. The Magnus, the Willow, even the Brewmaster just running these rulings into the backlines and scouting. It's a bit too much for Brame to deal with now.
We do have the Blink Dagger picked up on Ursa now, so perhaps we can see something like a pickoff, but they're moving S5 here. In fact, they drop a ward immediately. Here's Spartan backing off the roll forward, though. They're going to try to just take out No-Till, and down he goes immediately. But the follow-up is coming in here as they turn, as they have an idea. Okay, follow up here with the Ravage. Blink forward, they'll be able to go. They take down Seb. They manage to almost take down Thompson, not quite yet. Looks like he's going to be able to survive that, but this Dark Willow's not looking very healthy as Saxa does indeed go down. Thompson going to be kept alive by the Humble God's healing ward here.
I think they got the gem. Like, that was No-Till. He just purchased that gem. They immediately get it. Stoneman in with a very beautiful roll, catching him up, kicking him up on the high ground. And now OG,
Stoneman?
big one's alive.
Spots out Thompson here and Ana, but that Sleeping Dart will only prolong this tower a little bit longer here, guys. This bear is going to get back up, and he's going to be angry.
No Roche up available, though. They didn't get tier 2 either. So they did get three heroes killed, but now their OG's back up in full force with their ults. And there is no Ravage, so we have to expect OG. Bottom lane's in a decent spot. Mid, they're pushing out. I think it's likely that they might look for some smoke movement here. Yeah, we see that again. And Blink Dagger coming out clutch for Focus. This actually was a pretty good pickup, so he can follow up with the Ravage and get the clearing it, rather than going for the MPB that will take some time.
Some big smiles going on there. I like it.
Yeah. And OG, they're in. As we said, ulti's down, Ravage is not up. Trying to get some big out of it.
Doesn't look like they've managed to go and get any kills, but they have managed to collect some of that map presence again here as they took over the triangle. We got Focus bottom lane. Continue to farming up. But it does feel, again, it's been a very tight game this entire time. Less than 1K net worth difference.
Dire's top
Look at that.
is under attack.
Well, Stoneman needs to be careful. He's kind of stuck on the little, the pseudo cliff.
good thing he got stuck on. If he rolled even like just a little
Yeah.
bit further, he was landing right in front of a Jug and a Magnus. No Tail's just sitting smoke inside the pit, waiting and waiting.
There's a double damage
Biding his
bottom.
time. Yeah, Focus is right by that too.
Yeah, I hope he's. Yeah, I think he sees it. Yeah, there we go.
Damage.
All right, it's go time.
And 20. They still don't have Ravage though. So
Skylark?
Skylark,
He needs to be careful. Oh, the blink away. You know they're
Dire's
hanging out around the pit.
is under attack.
Got a big angry bear. Basher and BKB, they'd love to get in there if possible, but like you said, they've got to wait for that Ravage. Don't think you want to
starting to
be...
get back up. 5 seconds, they can start looking to go. They
Oh,
know
Sleeping Dart.
two.
Thompson trying to just clean up on Snowman. Immediately they follow up with the Decrepify. And that is the BKB though. And the double damage. Nice LP coming out from Seth. They'll follow up with the Ravage. And it just barely clips them at the very edge of this here. Snowman buys back. And when it comes up, they're not finding a great position right now. This is looking really bad here for Wish. As he's caught in the middle of it. Does have an Aeon just though. He's going to be all right. But Snowman is taking too much damage. He just fought back. He can't afford to go down here. Wish goes down. Snowman goes down. They don't have the Ravage. Spartan now trying to run for his life as Skylark also just leaving the area. Oh, the jump forward. They want this kill on the Coddle. They're going to be able to get it. It's a double kill now for Thompson. And Focus. Oh, Focus. He's chasing after a Fairy and he can't quite get his claws on her. But you know what? No Tail will be able to get the kill on the bear.
Oh my god. Yeah, they're gonna tip him for sure. Like, as soon as that BKB gets popped, he is so screwed. Like, they have so much control for him. Like, with the RP, after the RP's finished, they just ignore him. Every year, no keeps holding him up against the second cyclone, then the Sox also takes the control of it. First, it's doing nothing at this point. The phenomenal fight by OG, and now we're seeing a real big damage. Buys back, he dies, they lose the gem that they recovered, and they're gonna lose. Oof. That was a
Indeed.
brutal one.
It was
The
a
way that they take it too, it's the way that he
Radiant's
skewers, like he
top
RPs and
tower is
instantly
under
skewers,
attack.
because I think he knew Skylar was gonna blink and Ravage, so he tried to pull the fight out of that vicinity for a second, and it worked.
Ooh, Toxin going in deep here. They want this kill on Spartan. They're just going to push him right back over into the arms of OG. Down he goes. So that was your one of your forms of waste there that has just been ripped away from you quite viciously. And there's no way that Wish wants to go anywhere near it.
And now you're playing versus two super carries with RP, or with the Empower, and now they're just leading up these racks going toward the top side too.
Oh, the jump forward. They're hoping maybe they can clean up No Tail. They'll kick him back. And there's a little dig into the face, so they'll be able to take down No Tail. But they've already lost some of these buildings, and the pressure is on 11k net worth lead. They'll take another tower on their way out. Feeling pretty powerful right now.
Yep, they got what they came for. No Tail never cares dying. He got Philly, earlier in the game. Who cares dying when you have Philly?
Interesting. Okay, so they're going to go for Heaven's Halberd now. Just pick that up on Tidehunter.
Anything he can get to try to survive
Right.
through at least like an Omni or just any type of small little survival things. It's really getting out of control. The game has gotten quite out of hand. Too much control, too many different forms that OG have. When they have all their ults, it really feels impossible. This is where Pugna really starts to fall off, right? Like, it's been like that for quite some time. The game just gets really difficult to play as a Pugna when you're playing into all of this. You have to be so perfect about your positioning. One little trip up and you're just a very squishy little skeleton.
I mean, I have to say that he has been very well positioned in a lot of these fights, though.
Yes.
They just have a lot of really good ways of closing those gaps, and eventually, everybody starts to run away when the fight starts to go sideways, and then poor Pugna's trying to run out. He sometimes gets left behind. It's usually Stolmanen, right, who ends up being the sacrifice, but he is also very in the faces of all of them.
Oh, and I actually did say that they were able to recover the gem on the side of OG. They actually did it. I think the courier or something else got it. Stoneman, and he actually still has it. So at least they have that going. They're going to know they're not under ward coverage for the most of the time, and they'll be at least able to spot the Ricky.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Why
Well, the MKB is now completed for the Ursa, so we'll see how much of a difference that's going to make. She is working on the Abyssal Blade as well. I'm just concerned that look how fast he's sitting. Oh dear lord.
And this Jug is just... Look at his armor, 50 armor. Look at the Solar Crest and the Greaves behind him. He's an absolute beast. And even he's holding onto the Paladin sword in the backpack in case he sees situations where he's going to be able to swap them in.
While the rest of OG was playing Dota, Anna was studying the blade.
It really was. 61 and 11. He made the one little trip up where he did die, but besides that...
I think he's allowed one. The jump in, though, the push back immediately over here onto into the Ursa. That is not the place he wants to be right now. They even go and use the Terrorize. He's just dead. Down for 89 seconds. Tower's just getting chopped away.
It's a different concept.
Feels bad, man. Down goes the tower. The racks are going down. Spartan is just too forward here as he is going to get saved here for a moment, but I'm sure as soon as that wears off, he is dead. Ana is just running at them now. Sleeping Dart getting tossed out here by Thompson. He'll get a roll out, be able to go do a life train, but he doesn't seem to care. He's got an Aegis.
This dart is super annoying. The cast range is so far. It actually is really obnoxious and allows his team to set up. There we go again.
Okay, well, it looks like they might be able to get the kill on Thompson, but Stomanen was just pushed too far out here. Oh, this is not looking good now for the Tidehunter. He's trying to get himself into the base, and No-Tail's Pandas are just running in full force right now, which is Aeontis comes out, and the GG does indeed get called. So OG will be taking game number 1 of this series.
They brought the battle back early on in the game, but